for those kind of technicians or engineers within that sector. So the man now is going to do ACMI, and that's a huge cost to him at the end of the day. So when we make policies and regulations, and all our policies and regulations are not thinking about the human angle, human development, this is what it needs to. We'll keep spending more than 250 billion annually, and we keep training on our reserve, and people will keep wondering what is happening to the aviation sector, because we are not focusing on the key things, the humans, the people that work within the sector. And you know why a lot of people are not finding it attractive to work in the other sectors? Because we have not exposed the other capacities, the other skill sets that are very critical. I had a conversation with one director that left NCA, where he was arguing with us that, the engineers are the most important. I said, okay, fine. Engineers are most important. How will you get paid if the sales and marketing guys don't fill the aircraft? I said, no. Another one argued. He said, the pilot said, yes. Can you fly an empty plane? So everybody works together as a team within the sector. So there are other critical aspects that I think really make a lot of impact within our sector. But the thing is, we need data. We need to know the people that are working in that industry. Who are they? When you segment them, you break them down. When you break them down, that's when we begin to talk about how we institutionalize capacity building, how we create the relevant training, and also the issue of local content. It comes into being. Maybe it's high time to start making policies to force some of these guys to come and set up training centers here. Set up training centers here. If that is going to be the basis for you flying into our country, if you're going to keep flying into our country, British Airways for example, then why don't you come and set up an MRO here? Why don't you come and set up a training institute in Nigeria? It's government. Government can find a way to get anything done, except they are not just ready. Thank you very much.
And please put your hands together once again for that wonderful speech by Mr. Olubenga. I got the name correctly this time around. Yes. Better said, ladies and gentlemen, he did give us enough information, a lot of information, mind-boggling information in that presentation. I learned a lot myself, and I'm sure that a lot of people here have been able to, the financial resources. We just need something, maybe government, to be able to focus on in the industry and do the right thing for once, harness these financial resources together with the manpower, and turn this industry around so we can be the giant force in Africa, which we rightly should be. Ladies and gentlemen, while Mr. Olubenga was giving his speech, we did witness the entry of one of our guest speakers. He's somebody that I know very well, also a veteran in the industry. He's been the captain for several years with one of the airlines that I work for. He's like a father and a brother to a lot of us here in the industry. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm talking about none other than Captain Mohammed Abdul Salami. He walked in just as Mr. Binga was making his speech. I'd like for Captain to please come to the high table ready to give us that speech. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome on his feet Captain Mohammed Abdul Salami. He will be speaking on the role of aviation training institutions in human capacity development and capacity building. The role of aviation training institutions in human capacity development and capacity building. You're most welcome, Captain. Thank you.
Good morning, all. My colleagues at the high table, guest speakers, other participants, distinguished members of the media, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to start by apologizing for my late arrival. I used to live and work in Lagos. Now I'm in Zaria. I have forgotten how unpredictable Lagos traffic can be. So I got caught up in one of those bottlenecks. My apologies. First, permit me to thank the organizers for extending this invitation to speak on this event. I thank you for the immense opportunity for us to share our opinion and to brainstorm solutions to industry challenges. So I'm delighted to be part of this auspicious occasion. Capacity building in aviation is an issue that I hold close to my heart, precisely because of the important role of the human aspect in the aviation value chain, and I know it is so for you as well. We are gathered here today, this morning, not because we all like Mama J, or the good food and drinks she serves, but because we have a passion for aviation. The importance of human capacity in aviation cannot be overemphasized. The aviation industry depends on the proficiency and skills of its personnel. The International Civil Aviation Organization, known as ICAO, plays a big role in maintaining these proficiency values. And to show how serious it takes this, it has a special unit called the Global Aviation Training Unit that oversees all training activities in the aviation world. Permit me, I think I need my glasses. I thought I could breathe it. That's better. The goal of safe, secure, and profitable air transportation depends squarely on the capacity of the various personnel. That is the pilots, the cabin crew, the air traffic controllers, the dispatchers, the engineers, etc., to function efficiently and optimally. In an industry where more than 70% of aircraft accidents and incidents are blamed on human factors, the building of individual and organizational capacity is a necessary investment to achieve a safer and profitable aviation business. The concept of capacity building is conversely used to mean capacity development. The United Nations defines capacity as the ability of individuals, institutions, and societies to perform functions, solve problems, and set and achieve target objectives in a sustainable manner. Capacity building, according to the Organization of Economic Cooperation and Development, is a process whereby people, organizations, industries, and society as a whole unleash, strengthen, create, and adapt and maintain capacity over time. From the foregoing, we can opine that capacity building or capacity development are the deliberate efforts at improving employee or organization's efficiency and productivity to achieve sustainable goals. When capacity is developed, the intended goal is for the individual, organization, or society to respond to critical needs with the relevant abilities, skills, and attitudes. Building human capacity cannot be done haphazardly. Rather, it must be done in a deliberate and in a predictable direction, The capacity development has to be thorough, and strategic planning and commitment are required in order that the intended goal can be achieved in the most effective manner. In other words, capacity development must be well designed and executed to produce sustainable effects on the individual, organization, or society. To achieve a successful capacity development program, especially for an organization or industry, it must be built on a clear vision, a broad-based commitment, and active stakeholders' participation. When we talk about capacity building or capacity development, it is worthy to note that it goes beyond mere training of an individual to become more capable, but it encompasses the building of capacity and competence. We can therefore state that capacity building is synonymous with capacity, capabilities, and competencies. That is the 3 C's. Competencies entail the energy, skills, and abilities of individuals. Capabilities, on the other hand, involve the collective ability of group or a system to do something either inside or outside the organization, while capacity is concerned with the overall ability of an organization to create value for others. At the individual level, the concern is about the professional development of an individual or personnel. At the organizational level, the development is geared towards strengthening the capacity of the organization to achieve the wider organizational goals, while the institutional capacity development are the rules and conditions which allow organizations and industries to function properly. Let me add that these 3 levels of capacity building are independent of each other. It is therefore necessary that an integrated approach combining individual development with organizational reforms and institutional changes is pursued in order that these newly acquired knowledge, skills, and attitudes are effectively applied to achieve the set goals and sustainable growth. Capacity building in recent times have taken an entirely new approach. The conventional approach of merely focusing on education and training has shifted to broad areas of improving organizational performance and broader transformational goals. Capacity building is now more robust and comprehensive. It develops new skills and competencies to respond to specific, that is, individual and organizational needs, applying incentives to the newly acquired skills and improve workplace performance. It also includes developing learning strategies to address future training needs. Personnel development are recognized as a necessary means to improve organizational performance. Training, no doubt, remains the core of capacity building for the most desired safety. In capacity building for aviation, the approved training organizations are the torchbearers. They are the industry's hope for building the relevant capacity organizations to achieve. The training organizations, as we all know, are the centers responsible for developing this human capacity and personnel from the Nigerian Civil Aviation Authority, NCAA, and the International Civil Aviation Organization, ICAO. The role of ATOs as prescribed in the NCAA enabling regulation is to train and retrain aviation personnel. Needs of the aviation industry have heightened the need for effective manpower training as integral part of the overall capacity building for self-sustenance in the air transport industry. Aviation professionals are to be trained as means of building the required human capacity. We can't imagine an aviation industry without the professional capacity to perform functions and solve problems.